the way of living. Well, Smokey and I came to the hotel today. Say hi, Sir Fluffy. And believe it or not, somebody here at the hotel asked me, what would we do if we got to a hotel and they wouldn't let us in? If you know, I'm surprised sometimes that it's 2025 and people still have problems with service dog access or denial of access when they go to stay on a hotel, because nobody wants their vacation ruined with that kind of situation, and it happens all the time, too many times. So the first things first, be calm. Don't let them get under your skin. Realize that the person at the front desk, they're just doing their job. They're just doing what they're told to do. So find out why they're asking and go from there. Reach over calmly and take the business card of the hotel manager. Stick that in your pocket for later. Now, if you can record, I always suggest that. What are you doing, Sir Fluffy? He's just sitting here. Okay, so if you can record, I always suggest doing that. Because even if you don't use it with the hotel later, you'll have a reference. Spider-Man, the hero, says, what is wrong with the video? I don't know. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully. Although I did have problems earlier, but that was on the hotel Wi-Fi. So I met friends and came back, so it should be cleared up. I didn't have any problems connecting like I did earlier. So going back to what I was asked about, what if you have a problem at hotel check-in because you have a service dog or they don't allow your service dog? Like I said, be calm. Find out who you're talking to. Get the business card of the hotel manager, because that's always going to be, or usually, at the front desk. Find out who you're talking to. You know, are they a desk clerk? Are they in management? Get beyond their name. Then talk to them. Find out why they're asking. If they have had a problem, maybe somebody brought in a fake service dog, and it's just a matter of you doing some education on the fact that you have a service dog and what the service dog does. A lot of times that ends the problem. If it doesn't, I always carry with me a copy of the ADA service dog law, the part from their website, printed directly from that, where it talks about hotels. So I have that with me, and I will say, look, I'm sorry that your policy may be contrary to what the law says, but I took this off of the ADA website. And just tell them at the bottom of that page, there is a toll-free number. Okay, that is for the Department of Justice. They're the ones who enforce the ADA law, the Americans with Disabilities Act. Now, by that law, you can go to ada.gov, and it says they're allowed to ask you two things. Is this a service dog required because of the disability, and what work or task has the dog been trained to do? They're not allowed to ask you to demonstrate the problems. They're not allowed to ask, well, what's wrong with you that you have to have a service dog? They can just, what are they allowed to do? What are they trained to do? And if you don't want to go into detail, don't. Simple answers. So, medical alert and mobility. That's what Sir Fluffy is to me. So that's what I answer. Now, technically, they're not supposed to ask you those questions when it's obvious why you need a service dog. Even though I wear a mobility brace, even though he is in a harness as opposed to a vest, sometimes they will still ask, and I just go with it. I just go ahead and I'm like, medical alert and mobility. That's what my service dog does. Then if I have a problem beyond the desk clerk, you can actually ask them to call the manager at home after hours. And I have had to do that. At one hotel, it didn't matter. They just were difficult. They're like, we don't allow dogs in the hotel. It doesn't matter what they're for. And I explained to them repeatedly. So and then for them to call the manager, that didn't matter. However, I am a member of the loyalty program with that particular hotel chain, and I have the loyalty number. Now, this is not something big and fancy. Anybody who signs up to their loyalty program gets this, okay? It's not anything because I travel a lot. But I called and I explained the problem. So they contacted the hotel for me and then didn't get through. But they said, tell you what, we're going to put enough points on your account that it's not a refund, but you can use them to stay for free at X number of thousands of properties. So I wasn't thrilled, but I was okay with that. The other thing that you can do is, now they talked to the hotel manager for me. The other thing is that paperwork on the ada.gov, at the bottom where there's that toll-free number, you can actually call and file a complaint against the hotel. And you can just say, hey, this is who I talked to, this is what they said their position is, and this is the manager's name. And you're going to have all the information on the business card that they're going to want, which is name of the hotel, the address, phone number, email address if applicable, manager's name. Can you tell I've had to do this? And then it can take a while, but they will circle back and get back in touch with you. So I had a problem a few years ago, actually at the NIH up in Bethesda, Maryland, the National Institutes of Health. I was there for medical reasons as part of a medical study, and they still denied me with my service dog. So it got a little crazy. I filed. It took 2 years for them to actually get it seen, get everybody contacted. But at the end of the day, they had to retrain their staff. They had to redo their website. And so it was a big deal for them. So filing that report with the Department of Justice, if you need to, that has teeth. Okay? So don't hesitate. That's what they're for. So when I get to the hotel, though, before it gets to that point, I'll do just what I said. Who am I talking to at the hotel? Beyond the name, what's their position? Is it night auditor, management, anywhere in between? Get the business card for the hotel. The other option is, if it is prior to your cancellation time, leave. If you want to, you can leave. That's always an option. If it is after your cancellation time, that's when you get into problems, because you're going to be basically canceling the reservation when you leave, and a lot of hotels have the option to bill you. And there's not a lot that you can do about that except work through corporate. But yeah, that's what I do, and I hope that the gentleman that I was talking to tonight that asked that question, hope it'll help him. What are you doing? Huh? Huh? What are you doing? I don't know. He's nosing around over here. Are you looking for something? Are you going to lick my hand? Okay, let me get my hand back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Are you being a ham? Yeah. And this is my service dog for medical and mobility, medical alert and mobility. So, yeah. So I hope this helps. If anybody here has any questions and you want to talk to me or want me to do another little video, let me know. Drop that down in the comments or shoot me an email, whatever works. Oh, Spider-Man, the hero, is here reminding us that it is 25 days until Christmas. I don't know if Sir Fluffy needs to hear that, because he's going to expect something in his stocking. All right, you all. Thank you so much. You go off. Be bodacious. Don't let life get in the way of living. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Good night, you all. Good night.